Hello guys, welcome back to the Lucky Switch channel once again. Today for this section we are here to make 10 units of our base bet, and here we go. So today I just placed some bets right now, and I started from the top, starting from red, and then the second one was red, third was red, fourth was red, fifth was blue, and then the sixth bet was blue. So I won on my very second bet, and so let's wait for this particular column to fill in, and then we start placing our bets. But unfortunately we have to wait a little because we have two ties following each other right here, and so we wouldn't be able to place our bets for the next column because of the spread of the ties. Currently you have a total of 5 ties for this particular game, and so let's see how it goes. And then so with the strategy, let me just go over my strategy once again. And what I teach is that you start from the last but one column, you select those bets, and then you play them for the next particular column. Okay, so here we started from red, that's the last but one column, then that's the first outcome of the last but one column, then the second outcome of the last column, third outcome of the last but one column, fourth outcome of the last column, fifth outcome of the last but one column, and then the sixth outcome of the last column. So it's a zigzag pattern of bet selection we are using to place our bets. So if you apply that to the next column here, realize that we won on our very second bet. Okay, we won on our very second bet. So if we were playing for this column, it would have been blue, red, blue, and then the tie. But even if we had started playing, you would have realized that our very first outcome was the first of the last but one column, that was blue. Okay, so if we would have played, we would have won on our very first bet. But I always say that if there are ties in the two columns and they are spread such that it will impede your bet selection method, then do not play for that particular column. Don't play at all for that particular column. Okay, so let's wait for this last column to fill in, and then we start placing our bet once again for the new column. Our target is always to win 1 out of the 6 outcomes in the column. Our target is to win 1, and for me, I use the super martingale to place my bets such that the first one is a unit bet, the second bet will be 3 of the base bet, the third outcome will be 7 units, and then the fourth outcome will be 15 units. After the fourth outcome, I just double the bets for the fifth and then the sixth bets. So the first bet is 1, second bet is 3, third bet is 7, fourth bet is 15, fifth bet is 30, and then the sixth bet is 60. Okay, so let's wait for the last outcome, and then we'll start placing our bets. Okay, so banker won the last bet, so I'll start placing bets on player. Okay, for this particular 2 columns, I will advise you not to play because the ties here follow each other, and so you will not be able to bypass this tie. Okay, so I'll advise you not to play for this particular column. but I just used one of my other strategies, and it worked out. But because of the two ties here, if you are starting from the last but one column, so it will be blue, and then the tie. But if not for the tie, you realize that we would have won on our first bet. That's blue. The first outcome was blue, that's player, so it would have been blue, and then the third outcome here, fourth, and the fifth, and then the sixth. Okay, so guys, I've been waiting to hear some comments from you guys on how your practice sections are going for you and how you are seeing this particular bets playing system I'm sharing with you. So let's wait for this last column to fill in, and then we start placing our bets once again. So from our last video, we ended at 219. So today our target will be to end at 229. Okay. Okay, so that went for player. So if everything goes well, we are starting from the last but one column, that's player. Then that's the first outcome of the last but one column. The second outcome of the last column, that's also player. The third outcome of the last but one column, that's banker. The fourth outcome of the last column, that's player. Then the fifth outcome of the last but one column, that also went for player. So for now, I'm writing our bet pattern down. So our last bet for this particular new column will be banker. So we start with player. Okay, so we lost our first bet, so our next bet is for player, so we place 3 units on player once again. Okay, so we lost our second bet, so now we move to banker. So that's 7 units. Now the third outcome of the last but one column. And we won on our third bet. Okay, so we wait patiently for this column to fill in, and then we start placing our next set of bets. So today I went to the live casino to win my 20% of my bankroll for the day. It went on very smoothly, and within a matter of 2 hours I was done. This strategy also works in a brick and mortar casino. It works perfectly. The only thing that you need to work on is the time. You just have to win one per column. But if you apply all the three strategies I've shared, I mean the three strategies I play together, then you are able to play sometimes winning about 3 units per column. Okay, so the last outcome was a tie. So for this one, I'll start with blue. I'm using one of the three strategies. Okay, I'm starting with blue. And we won on our very first bet once again. Wow. Okay, so this is the only setback of this strategy, is that when you win on the very first bet, I mean, then you have to wait for 5 more outcomes before you place another bet. That's the only setback using this particular strategy, because all my 3 strategies pointed to blue. On a normal day, I would have gone very hard starting on blue, or player for that matter. It's very good when you mix up strategies. Like I always say, working around that, the casino will always find it very difficult to track you down on which strategy or which method of play you are using. You cannot find this Loki Sweat strategy anywhere. Nowhere on YouTube. No, I mean, you can't find it anywhere. This strategy, I developed it myself based on my experience playing this game of Baccarat. Okay, so let's wait patiently. For this last column to fill in, and then I think there are some few technical difficulties here. I don't know why, but I think that should go for player. So in the live casino, what it is that you have to find a table where people are constantly playing, so that you know the shoe is running for you to have your turn when the time is appropriate for you to play. Because if you are the only one seated at the table, then it becomes a little bit difficult, unless you are playing all the 3 strategies together. That will be a little bit difficult. So in the live casino, just try find a table where there are a lot of people playing, I mean, consistently, and then when your time comes for you to play based on the strategy, when the time comes to play, then you can play it to the latter. Because in the live casino, I don't play past the 4th outcome. Within the first 3 outcomes, I always get my win. Okay, let's wait patiently for this technical issue to be resolved. Okay. So 2 more outcomes and then we get our shot. Okay, that also went for player. We wait for the last outcome, then we start from the top once again. So let's start writing the bets pattern down. So to be red, that's the first outcome of the last but one column. Blue, that will be the second outcome of the last column. Red, that will be the third outcome of the last but one column. So let's place our first bet. Okay, so we are here. So the next bet will be blue, that's the second outcome of the last but one column. Then red, blue, blue, blue throughout. Okay, so player 1, so we bet 3 units on player this time. Sorry, the internet is lagging a little bit today. Okay, so that was a tie. We'll just repeat our bet. Okay, so we won on our very second bet. And so we wait patiently for this column to fill in. And so, as you may have already guessed, from the way the tie is placed in the last column, the column that's playing out right now, we will be unable to play from the top. That's starting from the last but one column blue. The next bet will be a tie, so you will not be able to play this particular column, but we'll see how best we can apply the other strategy to bypass this particular ties. Okay, so let's wait for the last outcome and then we'll start placing our bets once again. Okay, so that went for player. So we start playing banker. Okay, so we play player this time around. Three units of player. Okay, so we won on our very second bet once again. Technically, from the last video, we've achieved our target for today, but the shoe is currently at this standing at the 56th outcome, and so let's see if we can get one more shot in this shoe. Hopefully we can get to 232, so that tomorrow we start placing 2 units as our base bet. Okay, so let's wait for the last 2 outcomes, and then we'll start placing our bets again. So for this one, we'll start our base pattern. That's we start from the top, blue, and then the second blue, third blue, fourth red, fifth red, and then the last, we'll wait for the last outcome. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we lost our first bet. Move to the second bet. That's 3 units. Okay, so we won on our second bet, and so we are very close to the target. So guys, we will end here for today's video, and hopefully we'll start placing 2 units as our base bet starting from tomorrow. So I hope you guys are finding this strategy very interesting, and if you have any feedback, you can reach me out through my email. I'll leave that in the details below, or you can reach me also on WhatsApp, which one you feel more comfortable using. And let's share together and win some money playing the game of Baccarat. So keep safe, cheers, and goodbye. See you very soon.